In the final countdown to the primaries, voters head to the polls in just 5 days, and we want to make sure you're ready. 7 Action News reporter Brian Abel sits down with Sandy Pensler, one of the Republicans running for U.S. Senate.
We asked Republican candidate for U.S. Senate Sandy Pensler his plans for Michigan if he were to be elected. A total of 7 questions that each candidate was also asked. Republican candidate for U.S. Senate Sandy Pensler grew up on Detroit's west side.
I loved playing basketball growing up, so I still shoot around a little bit with my kids.
Pensler says keeping kids safe in school is about using eyes and ears.
I don't think the answer is just taking away people's guns. In almost all of the school shootings, there were forecasts in advance, whether it was on social media, whether it was students complaining, and I think we have to listen to those things.
Affordable health for Michiganders, in Pensler's view, starts with repealing the Affordable Care Act.
Instead of subsidizing the world, be competitive on prescription drugs. And we have to have fundamentally incentives in the system for people, if you're a consumer, to shop and be sensitive to price, and if you're a supplier, to compete and use price.
Cutting the budget is what Pensler expects will be most difficult if he heads to Washington.
Look at every program on the basis of, is it worth borrowing from our kids and grandkids? And if it's not, which most of them won't be, then we've got to cut it out. And that's a challenge, because anytime you take away something, someone who has been using it gets hurt.
Despite his primary opponent running an ad to the contrary, Pensler says he supports President Trump.
They took video out of context. I was complimenting the president on speaking, as I believe he does, simply and succinctly. He boils down very complex issues into simple language. And if you had heard the whole clip, it was very complimentary.
We also asked Pensler about his immigration policies. To hear that answer and the answer to all 7 questions, head to our website, WXYZ.com. Brian Abel, 7 Action News.